Beef, why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
the
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome to Movie Madness and Entertainment. I got my pal Brian, Master of Everything, Aaron World Order, and you wonderful viewers. I'm ready for some movie talk. I'm going to be away this weekend, and there's going to be Amico talk tomorrow. So I wanted to focus on movies tonight. You know, focus on the main show, MME. I appreciate all the support, and I do have to give a big shout out to my members. I have to update it. I got to include OEB Pete. I keep forgetting there's another update I got to make, unfortunately, to the members list. But, you know, it's all extremely positive. Extremely positive. Okay, so Rhea, Taylor, Relapse, Josh Boa, Nick Hammond, Zeno, Aaron World Order, Obi-Wan, Master of Everything, Brian, Real Elmo Cinema. Roosevelt Cavazos, Hans, Resident Justice, Lewis Cox, Seaverfett, Brandon Braille, Rel McMillan, Saggy Melons, H. Bart's Punk Trace, The Retro Bro, Cast Graphics, The World According Lonza, Bradley, Sarvesh Raj, Ganesh Raj, Little Movie Perp, Chubby Teddy, The Widow, and Will Wallace. I appreciate all the support. And yes, I have to say your name every time. I take it seriously when I say you help produce the show. Rhea is one of the most genuine supporters of my channel, and she wants Amico talk, and she wants interesting conversations. She wants to potentially, if we can, bridge people together. I think it's a lost cause, but it's for Rhea tomorrow night, and she has topics she wants me to cover. Just to give you a heads up, I will say this: what I do here is not just. I know the critics. I am including people that my friends, and I value criticism. It's not the same as hating. There are real world implications of, before we get to movie talk, there are real world implications to this level of trolling on the internet, and it's not organic or authentic critiques. It's not. It's impacting people in the industry. And television is the small guy in this situation. You don't like it? That's fine. They can't conduct business anymore online. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to play hardball tomorrow night. I'm going to say you are impacting their natural ability to conduct business and organic growth of the console. If you don't like it, that's fine. Organized brigades is the same thing as the problems in the movie industry on Rotten Tomatoes. Organized downvotings, that's troll brigades. That's not organic, and people don't want to deal with it. And, you know, the so-called normies, they leave. They don't want to deal with that shit, including a lot of these people are family people. They don't want to deal with a group of potential trolls.
They got more important things to
messing with their family or mocking them when they also have real life jobs too. Do you want to try to search for a job and then someone Google you and see people making fun of you wanting a video game console? It's just not cool. And that, you know, I guess it's past critique. I'm not falling for that gaslighting. Oh, we're just critics. We're just here to help. Nope. Not going to take it anymore. I know. But enough of that. You know why I'm trying to talk about movies, but I'm emotional about it. Because this is where fandom should never go across the board, is impacting people in the industry that their livelihoods depend on it and making people in the industry uncomfortable. I want to talk to Cast Graphics. I want to have him on the show. He works in the industry, and it's very upsetting to him the amount of trolling that goes on for people that are doing their job. You know, let's simmer the level a little bit, and this is why it's important to cover. Okay, new member. Oh, Oh, thank you. Thanks, Aaron, in the background. Robbie B's Diary became a YouTube member. I appreciate that, Robbie's B Diary. And
Welcome to the Sword of Power, my friend.
And the Sword of Power.
Oh, yes.
Wow. I don't see that in StreamYard.
I got the stream up on the other screen. So
okay, I appreciate the support, man. Ask people in the chat. I take memberships very seriously. I do member streams, which you could talk to me directly of what type of content you want, or anytime on the community page of YouTube. If you don't use Twitter, if you want to go on the community page and say, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start being more active on the community page. What do you want to see this week, members? What type of content? Do you have any suggestions for articles, topics, questions? And if you're anyone I take seriously, but really members with that Sword of Power, woo, just look at Rhea. I'm having someone on that I don't want to talk to tomorrow night because Rhea wants to give the benefit of the doubt to everyone and wants an interesting content. And I agree with her there. I think it's interesting. So this is if I can accommodate, I will try. That's what I try to do for my members. I appreciate that. So let's get to the chat here. There's someone in the chat that's consistently been going after a really great YouTube friend that is taking a break, and I can't have it anymore. I think we've given you the benefit of the doubt to see if you calm down. If you keep saying it, no, I cannot have that. Listen, panel, and the people in the chat. You know, the last thing I want to do is ban people, but this is just like the freedom of speech argument on YouTube. If you only use your speech to do one thing, and you're not cooling down, we can't have it because we want people to be welcome back. If she decides to ever come on my show again, I want her to be welcome and not concerned that people don't like her in the chat. And the majority of people love her. Right, Saggy is precious.
Here's the thing about free speech is it's also my free speech to disagree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, say what you want,
it's your channel, Max. You're allowed to. If you're allowed to.
No, but I it's my last resort. I don't like to do that. But
we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone.
She has been nothing but nice to me, and we value her critique on entertainment, and we want her to feel welcome when she comes back. I don't want her, if she decides to come back and she saw a comment like that, she might not want to come back on the show. That's what we don't want for. We don't want YouTube.
I do not forgive.
And we might get that stupid troll again.
We don't want YouTube talent to not feel comfortable coming on the show. You know, Rhea wants special guests. I would like to have Destiny FOMO in the future. If you have trolls that want to just mock people, we have to be welcoming to new people. That's all I'll say about that. Kevin Wagner says, "Rip Willie Garson."
Who's Willie Garson?
I'm not sure who Willie Garson is.
I'm not sure. Hey, Rhea.
Hey, Rhea. Yes, she's working hard on tomorrow's episode. I'm not going to take it easy though, Rhea. I'm not, because it's interfering with their business. They cannot conduct business online. It's making people uncomfortable, and that's where we gotta have to speak up. We have to speak up. Just George, just watching a little bit and going back to work tomorrow. I wish you the best, George. Yes, going back. I mean, if there was a break from work, it's hard to get back into the groove. It really is. So wish you the best, George. Zeverset said, "Oh wow." I'm not sure what you mean by "oh wow," but I'd love to talk to Ryan again soon as well. I want to talk to Ryan about a couple things, good things. So, just George, Rhea, Protoss X Normies don't care about that kind of crap. Robbie's B Diary, love what you do here. Had to join. Yes, we want your voice in the conversation, Robbie B. Let me see. Yeah, no, I need your. Hey, Andrew, I would love to get you back on the show too. If anyone could send a link to Andrew, it's been a while. You know, I want Andrew back on the show. We like the dude. He loves Spider-Man. I want to talk about Marvel tonight. So anytime you could get back on the show, Andrew has the okay to come talk about movie talk whenever someone talks to him online. No, I know that, Rhea. Yeah, you're always down to talk. Cool. All right, so here's the main topic for this part of the show is Wolverine. It's going to be a Geekosity article. I don't know. It's a rumor, of course. So I want to talk about it though, because I love Wolverine. I love the character, one of my favorite characters. And what do we want to see? I'm going to pose the question to the viewers. Do you want to see Hugh Jackman come back? I think I'd be okay with it if he wants to do it. I've thought about it long and hard. It's a different situation with the MCU. Do you want someone else? My top pick is Carl Urban. He's on The Boys. He would do an amazing job, fan favorite as well. Or do you want to?
But he's already in the MCU, bro.
Yeah, but he's dead in MCU. But yeah, technically he is in MCU.
But
he's not much younger than Hugh Jackman too. So
yeah. Or would you like to see a different route? You know, a lot of comic book heroes now are going with the stable of characters surrounding a character, like sidekicks or the next generation. X-23 is a clone of Wolverine. I personally, oh man, this is a hard pick. I'm going to have to, maybe I'll put a poll up. How do I do polls here? I can't remember. Would you rather see a new Wolverine, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, or X-23?
New Wolverine.
New Wolverine, Aaron, that you would rather see a new Wolverine instead of Hugh Jackman come back?
I mean, if they're planning to have the MCU with the X-Men and they're planning to have like multiple movies, yeah, I want a younger Wolverine, like somebody younger to play Wolverine.
I agree with that, and I also agree with Mr. Zeverfett there. I'm ready for a younger actor, 100%. Like,
okay.
One, Hugh Jackman can't be the only one that plays the character.
No,
come on
no.
now. That drives me nuts. And not only that, but the only thing I could figure is how the hell are they going to work in the fact that like Wolverine's basically kind of immortal, bit more or less.
Yeah.
And
starting to look old.
Yeah, and continue to make movies after a few years. I mean, exactly. I don't want to see Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, a la Christopher Lee in Attack of the Clones, where it was like his head. You know what I mean? Like, and that's no shade. It was just dude was really old. No way he could have done anything.
Okay. Protoss X says Hugh Jackman come back as a younger Wolverine. They could do that. That's another possibility. But I think if you introduce them to the MCU, you want someone to be playing for a while, unless it's a multiverse situation.
I think he was burned out playing Wolverine. That's why he did Logan.
No, he I don't think he was burned out. He just respects the character so much he wanted to leave it at a good spot. And he doesn't want to, you know, he wanted to leave it in a good spot. He always wanted. I think
it really hurts his character in Logan if they bring him back in the MCU. I think that'd be a fresh new Wolverine.
Okay, Shifty Gizm. I have to watch this Banshee. He keeps talking about Banshee. Yes, I love recommendations. Shifty Gizm keeps talking about Banshee. Max picked the absolute wrong actor from The Boys as Wolverine on the thumbnail. Watch Banshee, man. Peacemaker is Wolverine on that show. I'll check it out. I gotta watch a trailer of that too. Is
X-Men? They gotta do a better job of building up characters, like not just Wolverine. Wolverine's obviously the most popular X-Men character, but they gotta build up like Cyclops, and like Storm more. They gotta do like they haven't done a good, especially Cyclops. Cyclops has been shafted in basically all X-Men.
Yes.
True.
That would be cool if they bring back the X-Men and really focus on the Cyclops first. And you know, maybe we do an X-Men without Wolverine at first. You know, because Wolverine always gets to the center. You know, focus on the other characters, build that up first. Maybe people will be upset with that. You think they should?
I'm just saying, if they stick with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, it's the beginning of the end.
No.
No, because
what do we do here? We preach that you have to wait till the context.
No, I get you, but I mean, so how detached would you be at that point? Like,
but if it's good, it's good. If he wants to come back,
but
if they can make it work, it's good. It's good. Yes, I want to see other people get the opportunity. I understand that, but let's not limit our viewpoint as fans to say no, this is a bad idea. Wait till the context of the situation happens.
Well, I mean, okay, here's a kind of an example, somewhat similar. How would you feel if they did a Superman movie? Like, you're all excited. You're like, oh yeah, far out, dude. But instead of Henry Cavill coming back, they do some kind of weird ass CG thing where it's freaking Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, well, the context there is he didn't get to complete his arc exact. Well, I guess you could say.
Oh, I'm just I mean, it has nothing to do with who it could
Yeah.
be, other than the fact that you're
There's
just
other
gonna CG dredge up the actor that everybody wants to have play the damn character.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, dude, that is such an evil road to go down. Like, no.
Well, you're basing that based on the context of de-aging as it is now. What if there's a new revolution and actually looks legit? You know, then,
well, I get you,
now
but
it's
I
not
mean,
look-
honestly,
now-
what are we gonna watch movies with like Humphrey Bogart? Nobody can get into acting anymore.
No, that I
Like,
don't want. I don't want to
that's-
go down that route either. Like you have CGI old actors from the estates of the families, and no one can get in the industry because no, I don't want that either. No, I think there's room for everything if done right. You know, if done right. Let me see how your execution does. Your execution warrant what you're doing? Then I'll judge. If the CGI, if they want to have Hugh Jackman so bad, they have a de-aged Hugh Jackman as a young Wolverine and it looks horrendous, then I'll say, you know what, it wasn't worth it. Should have just gone to the actor.
I think have Hugh Jackman do a little bit in Deadpool 3, and then have a different Wolverine from MCU.
Okay. Well, what if there's an area where he could be just in the multiverse, and then you don't see that version of Wolverine again? I'd be open for that too.
Maybe, yeah,
because there's a potential opportunity there as well.
Well, I'm sure they could figure out a way to make those.
They're doing it with Spider-Man, right?
The current continuity. I mean, that'd be nice, but
yeah, they're basically doing that with the Spider-Man with No Way Home. We know they're gonna have the other Spider-Mans in it.
Shifty Gizm says Milo Gibson as Wolverine, Jake Busey as Sabretooth. I don't know. Milo Gibson. I don't know. That's not Mel Gibson's son or anything, is it? I don't know. I don't know who that is.
I know Jake Busey is I know Jake Busey is Gary Busey's son.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts when people hold on to actors.
Yeah, Milo is the son of Mel. Yeah.
Like the only Spider-Man could be Tobey Maguire. I mean, come on, man.
No, I don't like that too.
That's very limiting.
How many Batmans have been in the theater? We have Adam West has his own movie from the '66 Batman. We have Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney.
I actually, after researching this, I'm going to read the article too. But after researching this, I want to go back and watch some Hugh Jackman Wolverine movies. I really do. I want to go back and revisit, and not Logan, because I love Logan, but I want to just go back and enjoy him in his prime. Even Origins wasn't as horrible as people say. There's some bad stuff in it, but it was fun to be had there too. Oh no,
Deadpool.
RBC says give someone else a chance to play. Yeah, he has. I definitely agree with that. If that's the argument, he has had more than enough time, right?
Yeah, no, that's 100%, man.
Right. He's
it's time
like
to move on.
Okay. I think it'll be more exciting, but I honestly would love to see a really great X-23 brought in and then bring in a new Wolverine later. Hello, everyone. Willie played Mozzie on White Collar and Stainer Blatch on Sex and the City. Okay.
Yeah, I knew. I saw the picture. I knew who he is now.
And another Bradley says another one for a new Wolverine. I don't necessarily need to see the yellow jumpsuit. I don't know. Don't rely on de-aging all the time. Right. But if there's a revolution in de-aging and it's past the uncanny valley, Daniel Scott with the multiverse, you could have Hugh Jackman come back and then introduce another actor to play Wolverine. It comes down to execution, right? We'll see.
I mean, like I said, yeah, it does depend on how they pull it off, but I would just say, hey, man, it's time to pass the torch. You're too old to rock. No more rocking for you. Oh, Tenacious D? All right.
Milo is Mel's son. Okay, so let's read the article and then we'll go on to the next topic. I think we've covered that. I'm up for all of it. I would love to see it. I do want to see a better focus on the other X-Men characters at the start, though, before they bring him in. Because once it's Wolverine's in there, it's the Wolverine show, really. It's not the X-Men necessarily. It's the Wolverine show for real, Okay, let me get to the article. Let's see what it has to say here. I don't know if there's much news in this article. Let me check. Well, he wants an R-rated Wolverine film. That's like a no-brainer. So not X-Men and Wolverine film, according to this writer, Edwin. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige wants an R-rated Wolverine film. A new report claims that Feige envisioned making Wolverine as visceral and as bloody as can be. Feige is targeting an R-rated MCU Wolverine project. Maybe this is Feige's last plan before he potentially moves on to something else in his career, is really doing well. The R-rated Marvel properties, like, well, I think they say Blade may be PG-13. I'm not sure. I have to research that too.
They said that.
Deadpool, Wolverine, if this is accurate, is that the next thing he could do before moving on? Because he can't be the guy forever. He really can't. This phase, I don't know. Do you see him going past phase 4?
I do.
Okay. Well, a report claims that Feige envisioned making Wolverine. Okay, that Feige is targeting an R-rated MC Wolverine movie. Most likely, this is a different movie than the Wolverine versus Hulk project. Mikey Sutton scooped on August 31st, 2019. That is extremely possible. If they do a Wolverine movie without the X-Men, it could be Wolverine versus Hulk, because we all know the rights with Hulk. It has to be in another movie. It can't just be a standalone Hulk movie. So, I don't know. Do you see this MCU Hulk with what's the guy's name? Do you see him going up against this Wolverine?
No.
Okay. I would like to see more character development and a more serious Hulk. I think he's gotten too much as a joke character myself too. And seeing him go against Wolverine would be interesting. I would be okay with that.
Wolverine wouldn't be my first mutant to introduce in the MCU.
No, but I foresee that project is really cool though. It was cool there's a cool animated film. I believe it happened. I don't know if it even happened in the 90s animated series. There's a comic. Hulk versus Wolverine could be a very interesting, really great fight.
Was there an animated movie?
Yes, there is an animated movie. It's pretty decent. Okay, let me see. Not another Hulk movie. Too much. Okay, Josh Bowen says not another Hulk movie either. Bradley says Blade needs to be rated R. I understand that argument, but again, I'm waiting for the context. I think PG-13 now is really different than it was.
You're allowed to go past, like, you're allowed to go a little overboard with the stuff in PG-13, just not too much.
Yeah, and the What If animated series, that zombie episode was pretty violent.
Yeah.
So, you still didn't like that, Brian?
No, not at all. I was even getting like Army of the Dead vibes too. I was like, oh my god, no, I'm good.
Okay. TW McKay, thank you, TWK. I'd love to have you on the show too, man. I need to know why the MC Wolverine would be hunting down the Hulk. Yes, I do too. I want a good I don't want just a throwaway reason, just a shoehorned reason just to make it happen. I want an interesting reason.
I just don't see it going out. I just don't think it fits with this Hulk in the MCU.
Okay.
This Hulk is pretty much in control.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, buddy.
How are you doing? This is just a short movie talk. I'm going to be away for the weekend.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You were saying things in the chat. Wolverine. You're done with it.
I mean, I like Hugh Jackman. You know, he did a good job when he was Wolverine. But I mean, you know, it's okay. Wolverine is sort of Marvel's Batman, you know, and like he's the badass, right? Yeah. Everybody loves Wolverine, you know, whether you're a huge Marvel fan or just a casual Marvel fan. Wolverine and Spider-Man and you know, a couple of the other ones are probably in your top, like, you know, maybe even Hulk. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that they need to give Wolverine the Batman treatment. You know, let's see some different iterations of
Wolverine Begins.
Wolverine Begins. Let's do it. Let's go.
WK says Wolverine's first appearance was in a Hulk book. If they introduce a new Wolverine in the MCU and I keep thinking about versus Hulk, and it is hard to see Mark Ruffalo's Hulk versus a legit Wolverine. But if you think about the Edward Norton Hulk, I can
so we were talking about earlier today on my stream that I love Edward Norton as Hulk.
Yes,
I thought his Hulk was like imposing, scary. And then you get the Mark Ruffalo, and that's kind of like the Care Bear Hulk. You know, I mean, you just kind of want to give the guy a hug, and then when he becomes, the Professor Hulk, he's even more, I guess, just less intimidating. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it's kind of a joke.
Is TW McKay talking about Ryan? It's bad. Take Ryan time. I don't know.
Nah, he's been drinking that Dawson soup.
Oh, okay.
that's what that is.
No, I'm up for. I'm not gonna like rage if they don't bring Hugh Jackman back. I'll be happy.
I mean, Hugh had his moment. He had his day in the sun. It's time for him to pass the baton. It's time for him to say, you know what? Hey, I had a good run.
Yeah,
and
fantastic. Should be a sunset. That should be
and fans should accept that
in the sunset. Yeah,
and move on.
They've tried to do the whole, with the whole Logan thing or whatever. It's like, okay, one last hurrah, and like, okay, great, and so good job, you guys did it.
Hey,
who else? But the thing is that a lot of people they cling too much to things. They can't let go. They can't move on. They can't, right. It's like the whole thing about, with Star Wars, like forget the past, bury it if you have to, and people have a hard time with that. Now I'm very weary about, Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, 70-year-old Batman. Like, what's that going to look like? At first I was like, I want to see it and I hope it doesn't suck. But I'm like, Is that where we are with Hugh Jackman? Do we just keep doing, like Michael Keaton? Are we going to bring him back at 70 and like, hey, he's still Wolverine, still fighting the good fight?
Yeah, it's going to be like because Wolverine doesn't really age.
Well, it's going to be like at some point, it's going to be like Harrison Ford with regards to playing Han Solo. He's just not going to want to do it anymore. He's just going to be like, all right, kill me off.
You're real Defoe cinema. William Defoe.
Like Harrison Ford wanted to be killed off in the original trilogy too.
He did. He wanted to be killed off in Star Wars because he was a co-star. In Indiana Jones, he was the star.
Yeah.
So he'll do Indiana Jones movies until they're doing it now. He's old fogey Indiana Jones. I say the same thing
with that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think they should have. I loved the idea of back in the day when they were doing Jurassic World. I was like, Chris Pratt as Indy? Hell yeah. That's funny. I was like, I can see that because he's got that sort of charisma, he's got that sort of swagger, and I would have loved to have seen, and we've already seen the young Indiana Jones and all that stuff, with that other actor, and it's fine. Like I don't need to see Harrison. Like he's the only one that can play the character. When he dies, the character.
We have to get away from that. Yeah,
it's the same thing with the guy that played T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman. Like he passed away. It's unfortunate. He's a great guy, but even Black Panther will need to be recast.
Yeah.
I mean, the character has to be bigger than the actor.
Yeah.
I agree. Like a James Bond. I mean, they've had 10 different actors playing the damn character.
Darth Scipio says Hugh Jackman only made one great Wolverine movie, Logan. I disagree with that. I think there's lots
of. I wasn't a fan of Logan.
Well, according to Ryan, he didn't. Well, what did he do? Any good Wolverine movies? According to Ryan?
I did like the one that took place in Japan. I think that was just called The Wolverine.
Wolverine,
yeah, The Wolverine, yes.
And that was pretty cool. I didn't like Shredder at the end. I thought that was kind of
Or the old man Shredder. Yeah,
I like X2. Focused on him a lot. And then I also like Days of Future Past Road Cut.
Future Past was good.
Now the Days of Future Past was interesting, and I was like, because I absolutely love. Everybody's like, Zebra doesn't like shit. No, I absolutely love X-Men First Class. I thought that was a fantastic, ensemble cast movie as well. Just comic book movie overall. I thought that was amazing. I was like, I'm I bought everything. I loved Kevin Bacon as the main villain or whatever, and I was like, dude, this is great. I love it. And I thought that Days of Future Past was cool in that they utilized, both the old and young cast. But the only problem with Days of Future Past is that it got muddied.
Yeah.
And so it kind of like, the timelines had to, were kind of weird and all that. And it's kind of like the DCEU. It's kind of like, it's just like, where are we going? What are we doing? And just kind of fell apart.
It kind of like retcon the other timeline, from X-Men 1 and then X2 United and the terrible X3 movie.
Well, if they do bring Wolverine back into the MCU, regardless of who's playing it, do you want to see an X-Men story, a Wolverine story?
I'd like to see
Hulk
Wolverine by himself, and I'd like to see an X-Men movie without Wolverine.
Yeah, I think that's important because they always rely too much on him and the other characters.
Yeah, because he's always that sort of like
he's the crutch. He's like they kind of need him,
Yeah, they need him for the kick-assness of him. It's like Batman. It's like would you want to see a Justice League movie without Batman? Like, no, not really. Thanks, Bradley. Yeah, I mean, you really wouldn't want to see a Justice League movie without Batman. I mean, Batman's dope. Put him in it. Could you make a Justice League movie without Batman? Yeah, you could.
Mm-hmm.
And you could really focus on the other characters or whatever. And because I mean, all in all, I mean, Batman's the only one that really doesn't belong in the Justice League group as far as like, he has no abilities other than he's an awesome detective. He's in top physical condition for a human. And he has loads of money. I'm rich, bitch. But that's it. Other than that,
I would
he
love
doesn't
that
have
to be
what
my
all the other ones
superpower.
have.
I would love to be able to say that with a straight face. What's your superpower? I'm rich.
Yeah.
I think I would take that over the rest.
I can make an Avengers film without Iron Man, dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Iron Man is sort of just same thing. Iron Man, Wolverine, they're both sort of
Captain America,
Batman hybrid, type, characters. In that, Iron Man is just a regular guy in a costume. Of course, the costume gives him extra abilities or whatever. But he's just at the end of the day, he's just a rich guy, just like Bruce Wayne.
Now, here's another rumor. It's, again, rumor. DC Harley Films Margot Robbie wants to join the MCU's X-Men.
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense because Warner Brothers is throwing all...
Well, maybe she's sick of it.
In the span of a week of the release of the Suicide Squad, she was like, no, I don't think I'm going to do anymore. And then, like a couple days later, she's like, I think I'm going to do some more.
Because
they threw money at her, and she's like,
well,
okay,
this is where sites cover other rumors. It says a recent report, and it's linking to another site. But it's not just MCU specifically, the X-Men. They say she says she likes the X-Men, and James. Well, potentially it's possible.
I mean, typically they usually kill the characters off. For like how we got the actor that played Shazam, he got killed off in Thor, and then so they brought him over and he's Shazam for the DC, and this and there's been other actors that have sort of shifted back and forth. There's like a couple that will shift back and forth and remain in both, like Digimon Aslu. He's both in Marvel, and he's still active. His character's alive, and he's been in a lot of DC movies. Of course, every DC movie he's died in. He was in Aquaman. He was in Shazam. He's been in a lot.
All right. TWK wants me to click the link to see where it goes. This is dangerous.
Don't click on that. That's gonna.
Giant freaking robot. You want to see?
No.
That's where it went to, the report.
Giant robot. Yeah, those things, I mean, ain't it cool? It's we got this covered, Geekosity and the giant robot thing. Those are the ones that's like, you know what? In this situation, I'd rather listen to Grace Randolph.
Oh, wait. Okay. Should we go down this rabbit hole?
Grace Randolph got caught.
This is how the internet works.
She got caught. She always gets caught, but that's never going to stop her.
One of our trusted and proven sources with a link. So let's click that link.
Oh no! Where are we? Confirmed. Oh
Where'd it
god,
go?
giant freaking robot. A Lex Luthor movie. That makes a lot of sense.
What?
Yeah,
Wait a
right.
second. The link said trusted sources.
my
They link to their
God.
self.
Wow.
The thing is,
That's
they always put confirmed. Like, I don't.
Idris
they always put
Elba.
confirmed. I don't
No,
buy that.
it's
So
Like,
he's going to be Bloodsport and Luthor. Makes a lot of
That's
sense.
quite interesting. If you clink the reports and trusted sources, it takes you through.
no,
a
it's
loop.
not Lex Luthor. That's his TV show Luthor.
That's where it went.
His HBO
Oh, just
show
a TV
Luthor.
show. Okay, not Lex. Okay.
Here's click
Luther,
trusted
okay.
real proven sources giant freaking robot.
Oh my
okay, so
God.
that's where it comes from. I mean, I do think the James Gunn connection could lead to her if she wanted to, but really, does she want to? I think people are getting soft on the whole even her as Harley Quinn. I do think it. It's
I mean, her character in Suicide Squad. If you're gonna go, and it's so weird. If you're gonna go with like Callie, if you're gonna go for
Callie Coon.
strong female character or whatever, right? Like she was the weakest in the Suicide Squad movie.
I agree there.
I was like, wow, they really didn't go more hardcore in The Prey, which I'm not a fan of, but I thought she was, her character was just, more like I shouldn't take shit. And of course in David Ayer's Suicide Squad, she was a little bit more hardcore there too.
All right, thanks, Bradley. Have a good day at work.
Later, man.
Did I see the Lex
Night.
Luthor pick look like Star Wars Theory? LMAO. Star Wars Theory look like Lex Luthor? I hope not.
Yeah, he just got cast. He is going to be in the new film.
I want to
see it.
I want to see who's the guy that played him. I want to see him come back.
Jesse Eisenberg.
What?
Jesse
Luthor.
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. Yes.
Oh yeah, you know
I
what
like
they
Jesse
should do
Eisenberg.
if they were going to use, and I don't have a problem with Jesse. I did it first. I didn't like the candy, putting the candy in the other guy's mouth and all that, and all of his little. I didn't like that.
He did seem evil.
Yeah. But what they should do, in my opinion, is get him jacked. Not huge, but like ripped. Like he's he's in prison or whatever.
Mikey Sutton, we'll be nice to you.
He'd
we'll
be
be nice to you, Mikey. I want to have you on the show again too. You did source to another article on your site, but it was yes. Okay. When I do say this, one thing you have to look out for on Geekosity is if it's written by Mikey and if it's not sourced from anywhere else. That's something you got to be careful about. But that's all we're saying here because I do want to work with Mikey in the future. And I want him on the show. But that's any article on the internet, really. You really have to say, okay, where's this coming from? Are they covering a rumor from somewhere else? Or are they saying this is their exclusive rumor? That is something you should look out for everywhere, for sure. Yeah, King Mikey, we like Mikey here. We like rumors and speculation, but the Margot Robbie going to the MCU, I would be okay with it because I don't necessarily want to see her as another, unless she is actually going to do the Poison Ivy storyline.
That would be the next logical step.
Yeah, but other than that, just another The Suicide Squad sequel or something else. I actually would prefer her if she still wants to do superhero. I think X-Men is a different type of superhero film than just a regular superhero being one with mutant powers and like Frost or something like that. Yeah, I could see it.
Here's the thing about X-Men
Better than Grace.
in the MCU.
Okay.
Do you think X-Men, do you think mutants would be accepted? Like mutants would be accepted in MCU because people in the MCU in the world have already seen people with powers anyway. So like if they do the Magneto stuff, I don't think it would work.
Here's another article I thought was interesting. There's Army of the Dead Battle of the Undead in an intense virtual reality experience.
Oh, that would not be cool.
Well, that's good for Zack Snyder. I'm sure he makes something off of this.
No, I'm just saying. God, that would scare the shit out of me. No, thank you.
Oh wait, this is on Netflix. This is part of Netflix gaming. I didn't know that. I didn't read that
Netflix
part.
gaming.
Well, there you go.
That's interesting because listen, the future is going to have gaming incorporated in the streaming. Is it a success? That we'll have to wait and see. Netflix has launched new virtual reality experience based on Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, and I've heard only the smart are likely to survive. The immersive VR tour titled Viva Las Vengeance debuted in July, but now things are heating up for the Halloween season. This means the tickets are bound to start selling quickly, so get cracking. Tickets? I don't understand. The 30-minute experience. Okay, if it's Netflix, where do you go? Tickets are on sale for now $24 a piece. Oh, it's like a tour.
It's gonna be
I
so
thought,
weird.
oh, you
Netflix
can't.
and gaming.
That's special. No, thank you.
The Viva's Las Vengeance tour is currently trucking its way through major cities across the United States, including New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Washington, D.C., and London. I'm going to pass on that. I mean, I do want to support Zack Snyder. I'm glad there's a VR, but why can't I just do it with one of my VR sets? Why do I have to go put it on a VR? I mean, I'm not getting into the pandemic and being safe and all that type of nonsense talk. But I'm just saying, why would I use someone else's VR set? I want this in the home where I could do it. I'm not saying incorporate my Netflix subscription, but my wife has a VR set. I don't want to have to go find a tour for it. I'd like to see this done where you could enjoy it
like
in
an
your home.
Oculus game or something.
I mean, that's
yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, I'm not against public VR, like Dave and Buster's or something, but I want this. And then, Netflix gaming, show me what you got, because I know they want to do that in the future. I want to be able to experience it in my home with my VR set.
That's such an interesting concept. Netflix doing gaming, like.
Yeah. So, any interest in that, Ryan? Or
nah, not really. I mean, I support Zack Snyder, but I support his movies. I don't care about all this extra stuff. Like they had that little game or whatever with the you had to like guess the code or some crap like that. It was like on TikTok, not TikTok. It was on Twitter, and you had to like guess the code to try to open the vault and see a special thing or whatever. I'm like, I tried it once, didn't get it. I was like, you know what? I really don't care to invest any more of my time into that.
Those are just gimmicks.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't care. I'll watch the new movie that's coming out. Army of Thieves. But I'm not. I don't invest too much of my time into this other stuff.
Yeah. I to pique my interest, I don't want to. If I own it, then maybe $24, but. And it may. I'm hoping.
I mean, somebody's gonna have to come to me and say, "Yo, you got to try this. This is fire." I'm like,
right. Okay. Somebody's gonna really talk me into it. At that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll even pass on that one. I was assuming that it was going to come to VR sets. I didn't have to go to track down a tour truck.
That would make sense, but
yeah. Shang-Chi Marvel hit to debut on Disney Plus on November 12th.
So that I'll be watching.
That's when Disney's having a big announcement on that day.
Damn, that was quick. I feel bad for seeing it in the theaters. I could have waited.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
Widow.
That's where I am. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. I think it looks
Black
good.
Widow's
I've heard good things.
Yeah,
2 weeks from now, Black Widow's gonna be not premiere access.
Okay.
I think they actually extended the original theatrical run to a little bit longer. But I'm really excited for that. I want to see. I think I'll wait to see it again. I'm not going to go back to the theater to see it twice, even though I would like to contribute to the box office. I'll just wait. I'll definitely watch. See that if this is relevant to you viewers. Sometimes when I see a movie in the theater and it comes to streaming, I won't watch it again. But I think on November 12th I will watch it again. So there you go. Take that for what you will. I'm excited people that have waited get to see it. And I'm excited for people on a budget that you get to see a great movie with your Disney Plus subscription and not just the shows. Okay, so Xeno is waiting till November. Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
Everyone's saying they're going to wait. I mean, it's very possible that that's going to get really good numbers for Disney Plus.
It probably will, because I mean, there's been good word of mouth. People like it. Everybody that has seen it that I know like it, and so I have high hopes for it. But I'm going to wait. I'll wait till November.
I have a lot of people saying the Disney Plus November. Lots of people. So that's going to be. There's apparently even though
a big announcement that day.
Yeah,
I think it's the exact same day they're having a big announcement, like with Star Wars and future Marvel stuff. Disney Plus, I think.
Shifty Gizm, where's the mythical redheaded rogue? They wouldn't do that because it would back up the folks that misspell her name.
Rouge?
It's Rouge, yes. I actually could see Margot Robbie as Rogue. I could.
Too old.
Too old.
I don't know. Well, if we're not going the
depends,
Hackman route.
I don't think that's a hard argument that Margot Robbie's too old for anything. She's so beautiful. I'm sorry, Brian.
Well, I mean, I really enjoyed her as Tanya
Isn't
Harding.
she's not even is she in her 30s?
She has to be in her 30s.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, she has to be in her 30s, man.
Robbie,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't see her crossing over unless they kill off Harley. They kill off Harley, and yeah, sure, go right ahead.
She's actually 31.
Oh,
There you
would you
go.
like 31? Okay. I think she's still young enough to start a goalpost move, call the groundskeeper. Margot as Rouge the Bat in the next Sonic sequel. I'd be up for that, doing the voice. I don't care. I don't know if they're going to bring Rouge the Bat in to the next Sonic movie, though. I think it's going to be Tails and Knuckles. With who's playing Knuckles? Idris Elba, I think. Wasn't he?
I think so. I think that's right.
Now, what's all this talk about? The George Lucas's ex-wife suddenly giving a lot of crap to.
I stand with Marcy Lucas.
Oh, you do?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
She knows Star Wars.
No, she does. Lots of people said that she really saved.
She did. She was the editor.
Yes.
She was a co-editor, head editor,
and then he got rid of her, and they not get rid of her. They went separate ways.
And that was during Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Star Wars editor slams this. Is this good to do now? Why is she doing this now? Because it's going to be the usual suspects.
Really, there's no point for her to do it. But I'm just saying, if somebody casually talked to her and asked her about it or whatever, I mean, because really, like, why would they interview her? Like, who would waste her? Who's this Gaius Balling? Like, the Gaius Balling was like, hey, I need to call him.
Well, no, this is I don't know. This is who wrote the article. I don't know who actually. Where did this start that she slammed the sequel trilogy? Why now? Why when we're in a good place where it's behind us, it's in the rearview mirror to bring this argument up again? No, I mean she has the right to say it. She feels like she.
But it also depends on, like, when did she say this?
I think recently. Let me see.
But again, where does it say that she said this recently?
All right,
this could just be, hey, I have this.
Okay, here it is. Lucas made her feelings known in an interview for the It's a book.
Oh, okay.
It's a book
Well,
by
there you
late
go.
author and Star Wars historian J.W. Rinsler, Howard Kazanjian, A Producer's Life, speaking on Kathleen Kennedy. Lucas says so. She was interviewed for someone else's book.
Oh, well, then that's just trying to sell a book then.
Well, I mean, she's given her honest opinion, and
you're going to sell it off of controversy, and this is a very controversial topic.
Okay, so let's see what she has to say. Okay, go ahead, Brian.
Well, I'll say this, and then I'll let it go. Star Wars is not high art. It's not what you would consider to be an art film. I'm using quotation fingers. Art film.
We can't see those fingers.
Yeah. You're hiding your fingers.
God damn it. Art film. Meaning that okay, yes, it's entertaining, but it's not like if I were to go learn how to make film or like an actual, like an art piece, I wouldn't be looking at Star Wars to make it. I'm just saying, like, people are like way overthinking the value that Star Wars brought to pop culture. I mean,
it did change the industry.
It's quite a bit, but I think people are like but it didn't do like as much as people are giving it credit for. You know what I mean? I just
it created a subculture like that. Yeah. I mean, it opened up the road for a lot. Like,
but it's a culture that's been struggling for legitimacy ever since. And the problem is that when legitimate people like Martin Scorsese, all these people, and this includes comic book movies too, when legitimate people cast aspersions towards it, we're just like, well, you don't talk that way about our movies. And it's like, that's kind of how I'm starting to look at it. Whenever somebody like this says something like this, it's like, well, they're just trying to get us to go, well, damn you, and make 15 videos about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's whatever, you know. I find it as disconnected, but then again, I like comic book movies. They might not, you know what I mean? So I just don't consider it to be. I just don't consider it to be like that heavy of criticism. And then the people who latch on to it, like, you see how she just roasted Kathleen Kennedy, bro? It's like. I'm like,
okay, everyone can roast Kathy.
Hey, don't go down
Everybody
that road.
does.
The thing is that Kathleen
by now.
Kennedy has done a tremendous amount of work in her
She
under
produced
her
our
belt.
childhoods, guys.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she is a just as important as a lot of the other people that shaped our childhood with, like, with their movies. Spielberg, she worked with.
He's basically Spielberg's right-hand woman.
Well, not only Spielberg, but she worked with like John Hughes and
and John Hughes. Yeah,
she's worked with a lot of
like a lot of those
big
John
names,
Hughes movies were like, was it Home Alone?
She's a fantastic producer.
Well,
Marcia Kennedy production.
I want to get to the quotes to see why everyone's spurting out. I like Kathleen. I've always liked her. She was really smart and really bright, really wonderful woman. Now that she's running Lucasfilm and making movies, it seems to be that Kathy and J.J. Abrams don't have a clue about Star Wars. They don't get it. When I saw that movie where they killed Han, I was furious. I was furious that they killed Han Solo. She went on to say there was no rhyme or reason.
But Harrison wanted it.
I know, and that's the only part that I disagree with her. And like, I don't care that they killed Han. That wasn't a big deal.
No, that I think that was executed well. His son was conflicted. He was corrupted.
But the thing is I don't think it was executed well. I think what would have made it better is if Kylo did not kill Han, that Han pulled the fucking trigger because of the whole Greedo, shot first or whatever. I think that he should have sacrificed himself. Like, his son isn't strong enough. He's going to do everything for his son to make a sacrifice, and his sacrifice was to help him, achieve X, Y, and Z. And through his death, hopefully he could give his son some sort of peace or whatever. Like, I was a horrible dad, I guess. So let me do X, Y, and Z for you. And then, that would have been a little bit more emotional than the way they played it out. I didn't like it.
All right. Well, here's what else I agree. Well, here's what else she says. And they think it's important to appeal to a woman's audience. She's doing all the talking points that's going to get people like, rah, rah.
I was going to say, who wrote this?
Yeah. So now the main character is this. Well, I know what she, I mean, from the next quote, it's kind of obvious the angle she's going. So now the main character is this female supposed to have Jedi powers, but we don't know how she got Jedi powers or who she is. And then she says, it sucks. The storylines are terrible, just terrible. Awful. You could quote me there. J.J. Abrams, Kathy Kennedy, talk to me. Okay. So talk to me. So she still wants her relevancy as well, which she deserves in the original trilogy.
Man, I don't know. I think she got her half in the 80s.
Yeah.
She got hers. She did. She definitely got the lion's share and left George the way she did, and that's why we didn't get another Star Wars film until 1999. So
thanks for that, Marcia.
Yeah. Now I have an issue talking about the prequels because I like I don't think they're perfect, but they're fun. George is, in his heart and soul, a good guy and a talented filmmaker. I wish he would have kept directing other kinds of movies. But when I went to see episode 1, I had a friend who worked at IOM who took me as a guest to a preview. I remember going out to the parking lot, sitting in my car and crying. I cried because I didn't think it was very good. And I thought he had such a rich vein to mine, a rich palette to tell stories with. Wow.
Well, to be honest, like, even George didn't think that episode 1 was good.
Well, there's also personal bias.
That sounds like ex-wife talk to me, man.
Right?
Yeah, that could be as well. But what I'm saying is, there were issues with episode 1 that even George said, "Yeah, man, we're kind of stuck here. We're in a rut."
Thank you, Zeno. I appreciate the support. This is why my producers of this. We'll talk about that tomorrow. A bloodbath. Wow. People are talking about my guest, guest tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the support, chat. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Ashley. $3 theater. Yo, you can come in. Oh, actually, you can't because hold on. You could pop in for a second if you'd like.
I gotta get off my chair, man.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Do what you need to. I know you're. you want to take care of your back for sure.
No, I got a pill up. We're good.
All right. Okay. Share. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I have a few more articles, and then we'll about end the show. And then if Jarbo wants to pop in to say hi, I'm doing my show. Go check out my show instead of this. Okay. Let me bring this up here. There's a few more Star Wars. Oh, he is here. Hold on a second. Hey, Jarbo.
What's up, man?
What's happening?
There he is.
This is Movie Madness. People are saying I'm going to get killed tomorrow on my stream. Oh, okay.
I don't have it calibrated, so it's like it looks orange, and I already am fat enough. I don't need to look like an Oompa Loompa.
Oh,
so
Oompa Loompa Jarbo.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're going live tonight. I did a movie talk tonight, and then I'm having a guest tomorrow that I'm not looking forward to, but I'm doing it for reasons.
Who are you having tomorrow?
An Amico critic. A very, very organic critic that's not a troll. To talk. Listen, the stuff about the Amico has jumped the shark. There's been articles. It's damaging his business. There's been accusations just because he followed someone on Twitter that he is a certain way. Of course, cancel culture at its finest, and it is having impact. I've seen it in real time. It impact on people's thoughts on him and the Amico. I've seen it in real time. People are like, oh, he must be like that too. It's disgusting.
What did he do that was so bad?
Well,
I mean, did he vote for Trump?
I'm not getting to. He keeps his politics private. No. He followed the quartering on Twitter, and people wrote an article, a very damaging article about the Amico, and then they made that correlation. He also follows white supremacists on Twitter. And then everyone's talking about him in that way. When reality is they did a video on the Amico and Earthworm Jim, and that's why he followed him. He didn't know all this other bullshit.
Okay, I get you. So really what it boils down to here is Tommy Tarico is an idiot. And
all right, enough of that.
No, and I don't mean I don't mean idiot in like a pejorative way.
A boomer follower. You know how a boomer follows people.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, maybe fine if you want to argue boomer, then that could be something. But yeah, it's kind of like it's just
not
like
a boomer.
Not a boomer.
Well, the context of when he was talking about the quarter pounder is, oh, I like that guy because he did a video defending Earthworm Jim and how people were trying to cancel the project because of his other friend, Doug. We know his bad history. So that's why he followed him, because he was defending when people were really heavily going after him. And he's like, I could send you an Amico. I could send you a T-shirt, because he wants people to cover the Amico, basically.
Yeah, no, I get that. He totally, he's totally in it to promote the business. Right. I mean, was it Review Tech USA had a huge problem with him apparently hosting an event on 9/11 because
All right, well, you're not helping anything. Are you on the wrong stream? Are you going to be here tomorrow to come against me too? Just kidding.
No, I think the Amico personally is a dumpster fire, and you should probably avoid it. But I say that.
Thanks for the support.
No, I mean, look, it's been.
My question about that is, why is it taking so long for release?
Gosh.
I don't understand. I mean,
it's his design for the controller is not just a basic controller, and it's biting him in the butt because it has a touch screen. It's got gyroscope and other things, where if he went with a basic controller, it would have been out already.
He should have both options, right?
Well, isn't this a situation where more or less just saying like, hey, let's add in Bluetooth functionality with your phone might be a better design choice?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just feel like that's kind of maybe like, because the controllers look like they're smartphones. They look like
they're very comfortable.
I'm sure they are. I mean, it looks like a kind of like a half a Steam controller, kind of.
Thank you, Rhea. I'm doing this for Rhea. Rhea wants me to have this. I think it's the final time, Rhea, honestly. And then I'm still gonna cover the Amico, but I won't have guests on. But yes, Rhea's I think she's gonna join me on stream for that one.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
go.
Cool.
All right, so let's stop talking about that, because Jarbo's throwing heat on my. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
What?
Thanks,
what?
I'm just kidding. The heat for the Amicos tomorrow. The heat for the Amicos.
I'm not saying it's going to be a terrible system and don't get it. I'm just saying it's like it is consistent controversy after consistent controversy.
Yeah, you're right. You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
And
I don't understand. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
you know,
That's
and it's
weird.
like if Tommy, I think Tommy,
system.
but at the same time, it's alienating. Like, I personally feel that it's alienating an audience by only going as high as E10.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Sony, Microsoft don't even have this much shit talking about this right now, man. Like this little system.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously.
There's choices that are limiting it, but it's also a curated thing that could, if it succeeds, it can appeal to a certain demographic. It does have things to prove for sure. Thank you for the support, Zeno. It will be a dumpster fire. I appreciate that. Oh, and TW McKay's like, what? Oh my god.
It's like not the Amico.
Not
I hope it does well, but I mean, I look at that thing and I just go, oh yeah, Ouya 2.0. And,
yes,
and
as long as the rest of the internet does, yes.
Well, I mean, look, if you can get it into the hands of parents and like parents want to get something like that for their kids, but the price of an Amico is literally the same price as an Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
With literally 99% less capability.
Right.
So why would I sit there and pay for something like
or
that?
You could just get the Switch.
Yeah.
It's like almost the same as the Switch, too.
Yes.
What does the Amico offer?
Go to television.com to pre-order your Amico. Oh my god.
Couch co-op. Oh no, sorry, damn it. Mobile game. No, doesn't do that either. Oh man. Individual controller. No, damn it. It's made by Tommy Talrico.
Oh.
Have you ever
is that the whole like nostalgia or whatever? Is that is made by this guy that was working?
There's a little bit of nostalgia.
Okay.
There's a little. Listen, there are co-op games, but there's not a curated experience toward retro reimagined where there's a lot of that. Like, remember the old school keeping scoreboards, arcade like Space Invaders, Pac-Man type stuff. There's a lot of those type of games. So a lot of people have been missing that. Yes, you could get bright spots here and there on the other systems, but everything is curated towards the co-op. Every game has to have some type of co-op in there. It's a curated experience. They have an uphill battle.
Don't they do that?
They've had issues
on for Mario Kart, right? Mm-hmm. Don't they have scoreboards or like, oh, this is the top, racer?
Yeah,
or
but
whatever,
that the feel, the old school arcade feel, like when a television, Atari type of games, Pac-Man, Space Invaders.
So it basically has like the list of the initials of the players or whatever, and that it's available for everybody to see. Is that what that
more the type of gameplay that's not you don't have a lot of that on, like what do you say? Okay, there's indie games and couch co-op on all these other platforms. The majority of stuff is like roguelike Castlevania type stuff. You don't get a lot of games that are like retro reimagined, and there's a market for it. There's people that have wanted this stuff. Not a huge market, and then they are also going down the route of a filling a void between cell phones.
To fill her void.
And thanks, Brian. And the Switch. There is a market between the Switch or the phone and the Switch, and of course, kids are always on their screen. They're zombies to the screen.
They are.
This is something that blocks out the nonsense. People might cry censorship and stuff like that, but there's a market for people that want their kids to do something else with screens instead of looking at YouTube where there's a bunch of bullshit and all this other stuff, and something you can play together. It's very easy to play with other people. My whole family is interested in playing this. My mother said she would play it with with my nieces. She doesn't play video games. My father has declined mentally, but he could probably do some of these games.
Is it bad that I think this whole thing's gonna play out like one of those, it's how it is, like when like the family member remember when the Wii was at its height and there was all that shovelware for the Wii?
Wii was
and
dope.
The Wii was dope when it was utilized properly, but so much stuff didn't utilize it properly. So
I remember I used to like when we first got the Wii years ago. My family, my kids, and all that. We played the bowling game, right? And we would grab the remote and we would swing back and swing forward, and act like we're actually bowling. Well, like I figured out like a little bit, after that, I was like, I don't even have to do the whole motion. All I have to do is just kind of swish my wrist, and it would just bowl, and we get strikes and shit. And I was like, oh well, shit.
Well, it's supposed to have cornhole. It's in that vein, not as.
I kind of feel like if you buy it, you're going to get it in the cornhole. So, but let me say, it's kind of.
But wait a second, 2 controllers and 6-pack in games.
For $300.
For $250.
Plus sales tax.
Well, you can get a cell phone, bro, and free games.
I'll be back.
Oh man.
I think what it boils down to ultimately is that when we think this type of system, it's like.
All right. I'll hear you.
I'm just saying it's like you look at the system and you go, okay, are people going to play it past its initial novelty? Right. So like how many games have you ever gotten a game where you're like, oh, I can't wait to play this? You get help me play it was okay. And you put it down and you never come back to it again. That is how I view the Amico. Because when it's like, was it game Finnick Fox or something like that? Right?
Yes.
Like yeah, you get the Finnick Fox. As far as I know, wasn't Saggy playing that on like Steam? Or another version of it? Or something.
Fox Forest. Yeah.
Okay. So it's very similar to another game. Like
they made it easier and updated the graphics to appeal to a younger demographic.
Oh my, but I'm just telling you guys, the younger demo. Look, okay, I don't know if Tommy's listening, but I hope Tommy's listening. And if you talk to Tommy, tell him I said this, or just you can take credit for this. Put highly religious games on the platform,
and
sell it explicitly to the Midwest religious belt of this country,
right?
And you will make money by calling it. It's not connected to the internet, so Satanists and liberals can't get to your children,
right?
And then sell it to them, and he'll make a mint. But the rest of us, the rest,
keep your kids away from Hollywood rain. And be safe with Amico.
Are you worried about the pedophiles in Hollywood coming down on your children? Are you worried about Call of Duty Warzone luring your child to a windowless van with free candy scrawled on the side? Worry no more, my brethren, my sheep, my flock. Get the Amico, Tommy Talrico, anointed by God himself.
The Amico, Tommy Talrico. Are they supposed to rhyme? Tommy Talrico.
The first game is
I don't know.
Q in the storm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, just go like, you can play this game with no worry about your child connecting to the internet.
They should do every game is
They should remake Custer's Last Stand.
Oh no.
And for the Atari and put it on. And put it on the Amico.
I want to see an updated Oregon Trail. Let's go.
Look how happy Rhea is. Rhea loves.
I'm happy Rhea likes the Amico.
The other thing is, this is like a weird thing. Amico talk on the internet. It's like there needs to be a whole documentary about this years down the line. It is nuts.
You hear that, Netflix?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only game system that I've ever been exposed to where there is negativity attached to it.
I know.
I've never seen anything.
You don't know the stories of this craziness, though.
No, I don't.
It's so over the top, but like, that's so funny about
crazy.
it.
I just think it's really funny that the system exists, like in an age where you can go down
in a world
where I can go to my local Rite Aid at 2 a.m. and spend $20 on 28 classic Sega Genesis games. I can then also spend $250 plus sales tax.
Just found out what the controller costs. Oh God.
What's the controller cost?
$80.
$80 for a controller? $80. Oh my God. Does it like look? Here's the thing.
I hope you don't do that tomorrow night.
There's a market for it. There's
not a market for it, man. $80? Does it suck your dick? Like what?
It
lights up.
Not
it lights up.
It lights up. Yeah, you just tap it on the head when you're gonna come, and it just
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
Don't get Matt
Does it
Jarbo
have a
market.
vibe function?
Yeah, because at least it looks kind of pill form. Can I turn it into a suppository and milk my prostate? Because
It's
for
got a
$80,
handle.
I might
Use it.
actually do it. I'm just.
There is a market for it.
You're
It has
piquing
an
my interest,
it has
sir.
an
Continue.
uphill battle. I want it. Is that enough?
I'm just. You
Yeah,
want it, but
yeah,
I think
I
you
mean,
want. Look, I'm
other
just like
people
Max.
want
I think you want it because Tommy
you have-
Talrico
you
talked
want
about
it.
it.
because
No,
it's
we
an
have-
underdog, and you want the underdog to win.
There's part of that. Part of it is me actually liking it. No, part of it's me actually liking the style of games. I love, and that's something I can play.
But you can
I
play them on
love-
your phone. You can play them. You were just playing it on
I'm
the
a
Xbox.
huge
That
fan
other
of,
game.
like,
You can play
eight-bit
from an
games,
emulator.
You can, yeah, you
Get an
can
emulator.
turn your, you can get a, you can turn your Xbox
Are
literally
these
into
are all
an emulator
side-scrolling games?
Yeah.
for like
With German it says.
PlayStation games, dude.
They're
you know?
2D 2.5D games. They're not necessarily side scrolling. No.
Okay, so
okay.
so like
Some are
Hades
side-
or Dead Cells or like
Rhea
was
wants
it
to be an Amico.
the
e-girl,
Necro Dancer,
okay.
whatever it's called, right? Like there's all these other roguelikes, Metroidvania type games out there that would recreate this experience.
Thank you, Longa. I appreciate.
Did you
the
just
support.
combine Metroid and Castlevania?
know-
Metroid-
No, Metroidvania
You know-
is an actual game type.
You know,
It's an actual game
thank
type.
you
'Cause that'd be
to
dumb.
all my YouTube friends. The one thing everyone agrees with me is the Miko's gonna fail. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'm gonna end the show here. There's people that don't agree with each other in the chat, but everyone in the chat saying one thing. I'm not listening to you haters. No.
I'm not saying. Look, I wish it well. I don't want any business to fail, and this is one
Right.
obviously Tommy believes in.
I remember you saying something about this last December, right?
It's not overpriced, Hans. The
That,
controllers alone.
you were looking forward to getting it for December, right?
Yes, thank you, Ryan. It was
I
delayed.
remember that. We're coming up on December again.
Well, it was delayed because of pandemic and because he didn't. It's actually very costly to produce these consoles. With the
Didn't
design,
he-
he went for the controller.
But
Not
didn't
the
he get in
actual stuff with the
trouble?
controller.
Didn't he get in
So-
trouble by the SEC for claiming that one of the original creators of like the Xbox or Halo was on the board or something?
That is not necessarily true. He was part of the. He was.
I can neither confirm
he was being
nor
paid
deny.
for. He was being paid to be a consultant. Depending on when he actually stopped being a consultant or not, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay,
thank
I mean
you,
that's fine.
H-Sparks. Get the
The
Defoe
Defoe
co-fonts. Let me see what type of games is on. I like.
So does the controller, is it imperative that it have these crazy functions, or is there a controller that he can just like
I think
put with
I
the
will
system,
say this criticism,
and like
to
you can upgrade
the-
if you want?
to the type of controller. The controller itself, the wheel, the big wheel that it has, is really, it feels extremely comfortable. The touch screen itself, I don't see a proven reason why it needs that as of yet. I mean, there's some cool things with it. I think if he didn't include it and he just used actual tactile buttons instead, it would have been cheaper. We would have had it already. But he believes that there's reasons that he wants it in future content and other games like Cornhole and stuff. And I haven't played Cornhole yet. So I can't say that it justifies the controller design decisions yet. But regardless of that, the games are a lot of fun. The controller's great. And for getting 2 controllers in six packing games, sorry, I can't. I'm frustrated. 6-pack games for $250.
6-pack of games.
6-pack in games that aren't just like the old television.
Wait,
graphics.
okay.
They're built from the ground up.
Okay, and how much do these upgraded mobile games cost?
I'm not answering that question. That was a leading question. You're saying,
It's not a leading question. I'm asking how much these games cost.
They will cost up to $10.
Okay,
I
so
move for that to be stricken from the record.
Okay, so you know what? Look, so you spend $250, you get 2 controllers, you get approximately $60 in value for video games.
Well, here's the thing. He should sell a version with 1 controller. I've told him this before, and he could sell it for $150.
But isn't the whole point trying to, if the whole point of the system is to like promote couch co-op, which
yes,
okay,
you can use your phone right out the box. You don't need to have a second controller. So he should, if he really wants to move a lot of consoles, he should do a 1. But the thing is, the console doesn't look as nice with just 1 controller because it's designed.
Doesn't look as nice.
It's kind of, it's kind of like if a guy gets.
It has two. Okay, go ahead with your joke.
Well, it's like if a guy loses a testicle, it just looks lopsided. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
So
Like,
this
it
is
looks
kind
like
of the
a
same
one
thing.
Thank you. One testicle console.
There we go. It's a one testicle console. Mad Max the Mandalorian, everybody. That's how he describes the Amico.
Testico.
No,
Testico. There we go.
Well, maybe not 150. He could probably sell it for 175, 160.
He
if you
shouldn't
took off
even
one
look.
controller. If you took off one controller.
Consoles always lose money. All right, they always lose money. This should be no
You
more than
can't
$99.99.
You can't do that if you're a small company competing.
I'm gonna wait for the Amico Slim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Amico that's ribbed for her pleasure.
Thank you, Rhea. Here's the daily payout for the Amico shilling on your show. I tried to do movie talk. You guys want to talk about the Amico to dunk on me. I'm gonna. All my friends are saying that's gonna be a dumpster.
We're not dunking on you. We're just dunking. We're just dunking on.
Oh, there's actually been some videos about me recently because I'm covering.
Oh, really?
Because there's very few people covering the Amico left because of the harassment.
Now,
and mockery.
Is this correct or incorrect? But
laugh it up, Jarbo.
Did Tommy?
You guys don't know what harassment is.
No, I know. Jarbo. He's like, thank you, Rhea. Thank you.
There you go. Now, is Tommy like forbade from coming back on your show?
No, he's actually really trying to finalize everything and get it actually out to market right now. It's probably going to be. He said he's trying to get it out by the end of the year, but he is the main things he's doing now. He makes very few YouTube appearances, which he shouldn't. He should just keep quiet and get done. He said everything he needs to say about the Amico. Nothing else is going to change minds unless people start getting it, or there's new games announced or something new. If he's still going to talk about the same damn games, do not get on the internet. He needs to finish it and get it to people's hands. That's the only thing that's going to change people's minds. The Gray Council says the small companies shouldn't try to break in the gaming with subpar, outdated system. People are tired of 24 to 48 hours. I say I want people to come back in the gaming, and I want a different take. If he was going to do just a console that was like the Ouya and is trying to make generic average games that are in the vein of next-gen consoles, he would definitely fail. This is the only angle to do something different.
Like virtual downloaded games, or are they physical copies that you
But
put inside
how do you download games if it doesn't have any internet connectivity?
The main delivery, it does have internet connectivity for Wi-Fi and downloading games. Just
can I stream
play.
Netflix or Pornhub?
No, you cannot. No, you
well, cannot. If I look, okay, I'm just gonna say this: I can watch Pornhub on my PlayStation 4, my Xbox Series S, and my phone.
The more you know.
And also probably my Switch if I try hard enough.
Oh wow!
I'm just saying
that's a benefit to Tommy. I'll let him know that he should use that for marketing.
That's a benefit to not be able to to look at porn. Like, dude,
yes.
What do you think happens after people get done with the 6-hour gaming sesh? Like, oh man, Phoenix Fox so good. Oh,
he should do
the
a
Foxtail just really got me going. I got to go to bed, you guys. Okay. Hold on, let me just log. Oh, where's the internet?
Yeah, where's the internet?
Silent Scotty, I agree with you. The Amico needs a killer app that takes true advantage of this controller design. I absolutely agree with you. I think so far, the controller design, besides the comfort, the wheel, the actual touch screen and gyroscope, has not been proven the need for it yet. Until I actually play Cornhole and see if there's another game that uses the gyroscope in the vein of Wii Sports, because Wii Sports was a hit. If we get something that addictive, yes.
Wii Sports was pretty dope.
I also have to say I'm debating on whether doing a topic about Earthworm Jim 4, and I think it may not happen, unfortunately, because of...
That's honestly the only game on there I was looking forward to.
No, I know, but because I'll tell you what, I follow Doug Tenaple. I've also interviewed Doug Tenaple with Lunga, and he jumped the shark on YouTube with conspiracy theories.
Oh, he's a hateful bigot, but like I still want to play.
Well, wait, I don't want to
Earthworm Jim 4.
I know, but I think it got to the extreme that if they try to continue with it, I mean, they may very well go ahead with Earthworm Jim 4. I'm just saying, if there is reasons to cancel it, it might be because of him. It might be because of that. I don't know. I don't want to head that out there, but I honestly got to give my thoughts, because I know when they stopped talking about it was the same around the time when he started doing conspiracy theory videos on YouTube, and his YouTube channel tanked. They got him off. They yeeted him. So I don't know if it's worth I do definitely want to see Earthworm Jim 4. Yes.
Yeah.
So they need a Wii Sports type thing that really takes advantage of the controller. Cylon Scotty, yes. I'm not opposed to criticism. They do need a killer app if they really want it to move, or at least do a one controller version for sure. Let me see here. You want a rated R Care Bears? Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh man,
hell yeah! Imagine a Care Bear with like a nuclear missile in like his centerpiece, right?
Oh my
You know,
God,
like
scary as hell.
it'd be like, you know, Hadouken.
Okay,
and then
Hans, thank you for the support. Josh
here we go.
promised Star Wars talk. I say we leave the Amico for tomorrow. I think we're beating a dead horse now, or if we are a Jarbro hour meet. Okay.
I can do both simultaneously. I can multitask.
Okay.
Right.
So, but I mean, look, the thing is, like, look, it's fun to give Max a little bit of hard time about.
No,
the Amico.
I'm fine with it. Actually, I'm just playing it up. Yes,
Yeah.
it's no. This is why it's hard for content creators to talk in a positive manner on the Amico, because they get absolutely killed in the comment section. And I genuinely, I'm not bullshitting you. I really want the Amico. I really want it, especially since I've covered it on YouTube, and because I went to that event, which was one of the best weekends of my life.
Yeah, I
because
saw
it was
you
my
and
first-
you and Saggy went, right?
Yeah, it was.
No, that was really cool, dude. Like,
it was my first YouTube event where I've actually met YouTubers in real life, and it was a party. We were drinking, having snacks, playing the Amico in a basement full of sweaty dudes and Saggy.
Saggy, sweaty dudes.
So what you're saying is, okay, so Saggy was not a dude.
No.
But Saggy was definitely sweaty.
No,
she was like the only one, only,
Saggy
only
wasn't
female
sweaty.
there.
No, I was sweaty. I was uncomfortable because I went down in there in my mask. In
You
a
went
bunch of
down.
Matt went.
in a group of
Max went down in his
It was
mask.
very
Damn,
awkward.
bro.
Was he? Wait, hold on. Were you
I think I
mimicking?
still-
Were you mimicking Revenge of the Nerds?
No wonder you were sweaty.
Oh,
I think I still have a picture here. Look at this.
Oh snap! Now that looks like you guys are rolling.
Well, I was also sitting next to John. Look at those pipes.
It's so funny that he's wearing the mask for one.
His pipe.
Well, they
Yeah.
were all live streaming and stuff. You know,
And he's got his glasses on. He's got the mask on.
Old man Doom.
Listen, I'm not afraid to laugh at
Have you
myself.
guys seen my Viagra?
Yes,
Damn
I look
Doom.
absolutely
I
ridiculous.
used to fight the Fantastic Four.
And then the first thing I do when I get to John's house with his family is I go into the restroom and I'm like, I got to get ready to go down for your live stream, and I
Whoa.
go in and put a mask on. That's weird. I'm a weird dude. I got to figure out something different
Man,
for the
that
next
must've been
YouTube.
Wait, hold on,
weekend.
real quick here. I just Googled the Amico controller. Why does it look like an old school Nokia?
Right? Like one of those old bricks, dude.
It does.
I'm not
Does it have snake on it, dude? Like,
No.
Couldn't they at least go as far as to give us like the Verizon Razor? You know, like that
Enough
cool
of this
flip
Amico
phone.
hate. Enough of this Amico hate. You all are going to buy one. That's for everyone. You're all going to get one.
No, dude. I got taxes to pay, man. I would much rather
Well, what
give
if,
the
what if
government my
I
money.
buy?
That's a huge
$3
investment.
Theater, an Amico for.
You're gonna spend
$250
$250
Yeah.
to send me something I
You can
don't
play with
want.
your kids.
I don't want.
Can you just give me the money? I'd rather buy
No.
diapers and formula.
No, you don't get diapers and formula. You get an Amico.
why is the purple?
I
one
would
more
sit there. I would
expensive?
sit there and threaten to sell it, but I don't think anyone would buy it.
No, you can't sell my Amico. If I said you're going to sell the Amico, God damn it. Bye, Jarbo. That's really lame.
Like, look, I play it once. I'm like, okay, I tried it, and then it sits there, it collects dust, and then I'm like, well, I might as well clear up some space and like sell it to someone who gets some use out of it,
Zeno,
and then I
yes,
could buy some
the
diapers and
motion-
formula.
The motion controller's gyroscope, they need to be proven. That's a big issue that I haven't seen. I can't say for certainty that that's effective yet. All the other stuff, it works. The games are fun. They're addicting. The controller is great. It feels really good. But the motion control gyroscope, I am not sold on it yet. And if they can't prove that, then it could potentially be a failure. Why did we need to wait this long for a controller that's including this if it's very rarely used? It's a very Wii U similar situation with the controller. Why do we need this controller? There are a lot of games that didn't eventually using it. If it goes that route and it doesn't even use the thing that's causing the price to be so much, then it could be a failure. I agree. That is a big concern. And I'm going to dunk on the haters. That's right. Just like I did tonight. I schooled all you Amico haters. Okay. All right.
Max.
Anything else? Yeah.
No.
No, you didn't.
Stop.
Okay. Stop.
Please.
I schooled all you fools. You
know what? I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you. I'll give that to you. You did. You schooled us. I want you to take that energy and I want you to go and talk to your wife and be like, I schooled the haters, honey. And she'll be like, I'm so proud of you.
She's like, honey,
put a baby in me. And then there you go. You're going to get laid tonight.
Longa. Damn you, Longa. I have to show what he sent me. God damn it. Oh, God. Now, in a world where Longa and Matt Jarbo and Ryan and everyone else can agree is just making fun of my Amico love.
Look, you've played it. Look, you've played it. We haven't played it.
No,
so
that's
obviously...
not the control. No, don't say that, Ryan. That's not it. You know that's not it. That is not an Amico controller.
Primeco.
Did whoever designed that just take LSD and then surf the net for 90s nostalgia and went you know what? Audiovox makes some great shit.
Yeah, bro.
You're all gonna get
I'm sure that's probably
you're all gonna get
it. In their R&D meeting, they're probably like, you know what feels real good, like a Nokia phone. Like, yeah, we should design.
You know what? You know what he should have done is he should have bought the rights to the Nokia N-Gage. Do you guys remember that? The phone game console. Do you remember that from a long time ago? They had the N-Gage and the N-Gage QD.
Yeah.
They were fun. I played them at E3. They were actually they had some fun games on there. Hell, they put one of the Daggerfall, the second Elder Scrolls game. They put that on the Nokia N-Gage.
All right.
You could play
I played Candy Crush.
I have to prepare for tomorrow. I don't want to debate this anymore. Tune in tomorrow. Check out $3 Theater. Check out Zever Fett Ryan. Check out Brian. I'm going to end this because you've already beat me up enough. Okay. Thanks, Rhea. Really helped me out in the chat. I appreciate. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you for tomorrow. The N-Gage, ColecoVision paddles. No one likes the Amico. You make me sad. Sad Max. That's what someone called me instead of Mad Max. They called me Sad Max. Sad Max is ending the show. Amico is. I'm gonna burn it to the. I'm gonna.
You're gonna burn it to the ground.
No, not the Amico. I'm gonna destroy the haters tomorrow. Check it.